All right, testing, 1, 2, 2. And let's see, Twitch is up and running, and a 3, a 2, a 1, 2. There we go. Sweet. Let's see if chat works before we dive too deeply into things. Oh, connection error state. Why? What if I do this? Settings, connection in error state. Oh, new. Let's see if I just refresh. Come on, cross his fingers. Let's try this again. Welcome to Code Hangout number 70. And yes, I think chat went through. All right, and Twitch, we'll set it twice. It's okay. Can I delete this on Twitch? No. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. And we should be here. All right. So this is just a continuation. So ranks, what was the issue? Oh yeah, so we I'm already forgetting. I got sidetracked when I started working on this. Let's get rid of this. And this is not even the one we want to look at. I think this is the one we want to look at. Yeah. So the issue was that it wasn't detecting correctly if a cage was a killer cage or not in terms of the error checking. So let me check exactly what ranks told me. Some feedback on check pencil marks with killer cages. I think F puzzles actually has a killer cage. Okay, so I think one thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to give ourselves a nice test that has both kinds of cages. And ideally slightly larger cages so we can more easily see. Let's see what is going on here. I don't even know why I was looking at this particular puzzle. Indicated 60 cell cage contains one of each of the 12 standard dominoes. The gray line loops. Yeah, so for example, this one incorrectly has this whole cage as a view zone. So this is a good example, right? So in terms of what cells can see each other, we need to distinguish what kind of cages we have, right? So this is a cosmetic cage. And if we look at the F-puzzle data, there's really just this one cage, and it has those 60 cells in it. Now, if we look at the puzzle data itself, so framework.app.source puzzle. So that's the converted puzzle data, right? Okay, so that's just as a one cage. And if we look at .current, the final puzzle data, we will see all the generated cages, right? So this includes our boxes, our rows and columns, this one, and these. Now this one here is marked as a killer cage, but that's really just the visual style. It is not marked with a sum and a unique marker, right? So basically our seen cells feature needs to correctly take that into consideration. Now that means it won't work on certain puzzles, namely the CTC puzzles, because for that we don't have information if cages are killer cages. And that's why I was working on rule parser, and now I remember why I was doing that. So let's have a quick look then. So the first step is we look at the show seen cells code, which lives in Puzzle Tools. So let's look at that, right? And Puzzle Tools is a bit of a weird beast because it has all sorts of different unrelated things in it, which isn't good, but it is what it is. So we have seen cage cells, and this is our kind of, parent kind of class thing. So this has cages that get filtered. Cages, so this, okay. Let's output a couple of things here. And I think what I'm doing here is I'm just only looking at cages that actually include the cell we're working with. So I want to clear this, and now if I click this, so we have 4 cages, and that's the row, the column, the box, and that 60 cell cage. Fair enough. All right. So that's this basic filter here. Okay. All right, so we understand what's happening. And I'm gonna make this a little larger for the stream. Sorry, it's just I have so little screen real estate while streaming. Oop. So then I'm looking at the anti-knight and anti-king rules. And then I'm just, okay, so I'm not doing any kind of filter on these other than that. Okay. So basically, similar to anti-king, anti-knight, we probably want to include the rest. Now this obviously gets called many times for all sorts of purposes these days. So check conflicts, okay. So for example, if I put a 7 here now, it'll mark that as a conflict. Now why does it call this so many times? So if I remove this, it literally executes 8 times. So it's doing a conflict. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely something we need to do very soon, is to optimize these to only check the things that have actually changed. The problem is obviously that, let's say, adding a digit here can cause a conflict with any of the other ones, so it's maybe not as easy as that. All right, let's not worry about that too much right now. But we are not... Okay. So we want to filter cells. So scene means really a uniqueness check, right? So scene king really means 2 cells, a king's move apart, need to be unique. And the same with the knight's move, and the same with the killer cages. So it's really a cage uniqueness check. Excuse me. So, cages filter, union cages. So, so we probably want to rename, like restructure this, right? So we have scene groups, and that's an empty array. Then we're going to remove this. Then scene groups is going to get, these going to get added, and then we're going to union that. All right. Puzzle tools is not defined. Constant groups equals empty array. PT has already been declared. Oh, jeez. Wow. Got distracted halfway through typing this thing there. So boom. All right. Then scene cages. So here, rows, columns. What are we passing in here? So it's 1619. So we're passing in puzzle info and the cell that we're looking at. Okay, so that's just the number of rows, number of columns. Cells index off. So scene king, cells index off. Okay, that's the index number, and we're just converting it, and then scene king matrix. Okay. So let's have a look what structure we're, because I think the cages data that we're passing in from here is just the raw puzzle count, not the actual. Okay, so maybe that actually needs to happen where we're generating the get puzzle info here. And in fact, we're kind of already doing that. So maybe we don't need to change this after all. Maybe we don't need to change this after all. And we just need to change what gets passed through here. So let's have a quick look. So I'm just gonna put myself in here and see what happens. And this information shouldn't get rebuilt often. Scene groups is not defined. Are we using scene groups? Yes, I changed this. All right, so get puzzle info. Why does get puzzle info get executed this often? If it's not equal current puzzle. Console.warn new. So is this happening very often? No. Okay. Twice, because once we're loading an empty puzzle and then we are loading the actual puzzle data. And this is from the first and singular load. Okay. So unique is not equal false. Okay, so this is the problem here. I'm actually explicitly looking for this being set to false instead of explicitly set to true. So if I change this to true, the problem with that is now it will exclude cages from the CTC puzzles, right? Now, if we look at a CTC puzzle, is this actually a CTC puzzle? No. I had one here, yeah. So if I refresh this now, so this doesn't count as a unique puzzle. And the problem is I need to figure out that this is supposed to be a unique puzzle. And I need to do this one of two places, right? Either in convert puzzle or in render puzzle. So we have convert puzzle here. And here we're parsing cages to identify what kind of cages they are. Overlay feature, lane feature, arrow feature. So handle cell feature, handle region feature, region feature, pencil mark, center mark, cell feature. Okay, region feature, arrows above lines. Ah, okay. And then cages, handle region feature, regions, puzzle.cells. So this data coming in is cages, huh? And handle region feature is executed on regions. Okay. Ah, here we go. And this basically is handle cage feature. All right, let's do this. We're gonna need a couple of these probably. Yep, and we're gonna remove that now. Why does new puzzle info get executed 3 times? New puzzle info. So we're parsing an empty puzzle object twice. Interesting. All right, well, that shouldn't be a problem. Actually, what does it return in this case? I don't even know. Is it just an empty object? Ah, no, it does actually fill in this stuff. All right, that's fine. Actually, shouldn't take too long. No problem. Okay, I think this is actually working fine. So now we have cages here. Cage, out cage, okay. So first of all, I think we can turn this into a parse handle, you know, cage feature kind of function. So similar to this, we're going to create a function handle cage feature. And did I just, yeah, page down. Okay. We're still good. That's basically just going to do this. And it's not just going to be cells, right? No, it's actually going to be cage. And then instead of all of this, we're going to do handle cage feature cage. Now, if that has some weird interactions with globals, we might have to reshuffle things. But for now, that looks fine. And we can just do that. And that. And now, can we do this above this experimental? I think so. Can we do this above this one? Puzzle header? Yeah, I think so. So, in fact, we probably should even do this above the region feature, I guess. Okay. And then the metadata, you know, it operates on that stuff. No big deal. Just a little rejiggering. Let's hope that doesn't bite us in the butt later on. But now at least we know this is kind of isolated to this area. So, and this basically generates this out cage for us. And as part of that, now I'm going to bring in the new rule parser. So this is the old one, right? We're going to update that one with the one I've been working on today or yesterday. Yeah, I didn't update that comment. But for now, maybe this will just work. Don't know. We'll see. And then here, rules parser. So that's the only place where that's currently being used, but we actually probably want to use this down here for sure. So, and besides the is Antinite has killer cages. Boom. Now, is Antinite, what does that take? It takes the rules text. And we probably want to have the normalize rule here. Function here as well. The normalize rules, what does it do? It yeah, collapses spaces and all that stuff. So that can go in here. And then rules equals normalize rules of this. So far so good? Nope. Undefined. Of undefined. Reading replace. Okay. Or empty string. Or maybe we'll default that up here. So if I do this, will that tell me it's an array? How did I handle that just a second ago before I changed it all? Or array join. And then here. Oh, okay, I'm an idiot. We still need to do that. We still need to do that. Like that. Nope. Normalize rules. 1489. Current puzzle rules or array dot join. That should return a string, no matter what's in here, I think. Pretty sure that's what's supposed to happen here. Double checking my chat so I don't miss anything. All right, what's going on here? It's going to be a relatively short stream because I have to go somewhere in the evening. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay. I just saw it. I saw it. All right. JavaScript could be more helpful sometimes. I mean, I could put the array parsing in here, since that seems to be a common thing. If I do array dot is array rules, then rules dot join, and what did I put in there? Just line breaks, right? Else rules. So I do this. Seems a little multi-liney. Well, if we're going to be multi-liney, might as well embrace it. Here we go. Hey, Steel Fabric, how are you doing? All right, I'll backport that to the other library afterwards. Okay, so we got that. Now we don't need to do this anymore, after all. Should be able to just straight up do that. And now we can also, and I'm obviously using the wrong window for that. Wish I had. So we want to put normalized rules in here. And then the rules parser is that normalized rules. All right. And at this point, one of the issues is the rules haven't been parsed yet because they actually come out of the cages. Ugh. Zzz. That's gonna be a problem. Metadata. Well, let's see. Let's make a comment here. Parse rules from metadata. And then we'll do something like that. And then we'll see what we're going to pull out. How's your day? Metadata is not defined. It's right there. Oh, convert puzzle. If metadata. Metadata. It's right there. And I spelled it meta with a D. Great. And rules. I'm using the word rules misspelled horribly. Where? 4931, geez. 49, what? 4931? Oh. Never mind. Oh, rules parser? Jesus. Rails. Oh, jeez. And I closed it. At least I saved it first. Wait, what? Error connection closed. Huh? No, I didn't want to hide that. No, unhide. No, unhide. Shoot. Is that permanently hidden now? Oh. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. So. Alright, calm down, calm down. Metadata, here we go. So metadata.rules. So that would be metadata. Where did I assign the puzzles from the metadata? Converted puzzle.rules. All right. Let's have a look at this then. All right, we have rules text here. Sweet. And now, let's see if has killer cages. Let's just check them all while we're here. Why not? So, is anti-knight, and then I guess we just pass rules in. As anti-king, and has killer cages. Let's see what these say. So has killer cages. So it returns that, and that's it as true. So not now. Okay. So now the question is, when we're coming from an F puzzles item, do we know about that here? Convert puzzle. No, because it's already been converted from an F puzzles into this. And if we come from, let's say, this is an F puzzles with killer cages. So what does that look like? Cages, solution. Because I don't recall if I'm actually carrying any of these extra little triggers over. Is anti-king. So this looks purely at the rules. It's such a mess. I'm even contemplating I should add annotations to the rules. If I get data coming in that says something that the rules themselves don't say according to my parsers, then I should add a piece of text to the rules saying this has killer cages. Although that might give away some kind of surprise that is, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. I'm trying to kind of do a heuristic system, which is always going to be inaccurate. So this one, for example, it says has killer cages is false. Why? Either killer cages, yeah. So this is a problem here because has killer cages comes back as false from here, even though standard killer may apply. Killer cages, standard killer, or little killer rules apply here. Okay, and then in something like this one, I don't think this one is ambiguous. So this one has killer cages is true. Okay, so let with killer cages rules not equal to no. All right. So with killer is true. Now here that's fine. And then what does this do? It just generates cages, right? It doesn't do anything other than that. It doesn't generate any side effects. And the cages go into which cages object? Cages, converted puzzle, cages. Okay, so there's a local global with the cages in it. So then the question becomes, which of these could or could not or should not or maybe might be killers? And the thing is, these guys, wait, these guys shouldn't be here yet. So the array probably gets manipulated downstream. So the regions are already being added here? Is that what has handle region feature does? So that's adding, okay, so this one should be unique. Like that. Yeah, that's just screw it. So here, the regions, they're all unique, that's fine. And this is all unique, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so something like this now. We have these cages. So these are obviously killer cages. Now, it would be great to know if we came from a CTC puzzle or from an F puzzles, which currently that information I don't have available here. but it's information that is present, and it would be very useful here to do it. In fact, the CDC puzzles should just go through an import process, the same as the F puzzles. And then each type of puzzle, you know, we should have a pipeline. So we should have a puzzle import pipeline where step 1 is detect format, step 2 process format, and then step 3 generate internal or native representation. Because then we could say, okay, this is a CTC, so we're doing certain things because it's a and the problem is right now we don't actually have a native format, so this is a little tricky to do. All right, let's go through the cages and just for each cage output what the system thinks is going on. All right. For each of these cages now, we basically want to say what we think should be going on. So if cage.unique equals true, I mean, that's the only thing we care about, right? We don't actually care about sums here. We care about if the cage for purposes of scene, right? So maybe we can do this a little bit easier. So I'm just gonna do this. If it's true, unique, not unique. And we probably want to do this at the front. And that, yeah, it allows the comma at the end. Interesting. Okay. So not unique, killer, yada yada. Unique. Okay. So unique. Cage.unique. We probably want to do output a couple of items. Style, cage.style. I mean, unique, that's the important one. And then the others could be hints as what's going on. We want value. We want sum. And maybe even cage sum. And finally, we might also want cells, especially if it's just a long string. So if I do this, unique, undefined. No, we want to know if it's undefined actually. So undefined, yada, yada, yada. True value, undefined sum. Now these have a sum and a value, and I think that might actually be a mistake. Yeah. I think I've added this recently. The value is not equal to a sum. So we don't actually want to do that. We can't guarantee if these are a sum, right? So one hint would be if we have both types, then we should ignore it. The problem is the regions have already been added, but the regions are of type box. So which one was our mixed one, right? So this has both kinds, right? Unique true, value undefined. Wait, okay, so these unique undefined. So they're all cosmetic. So the problem is our scene thing should see them. Generally, the clues are either killer clues or look and say clues, or both. It's up to the, because look and say can contain non-unique items. So yes, we shouldn't show them as uniques at all. In this case, yes. Okay, so that's correct. And then in this case, text a bit small. The indicated 60-cell cage contains one each of the 12 standard pentominoes. The green loops through the 12 to pass through exactly 3 cells per for visit. Each pentomino has like a 5-cell killer cage. Yeah, so we cannot use the 60-cell cage as a killer cage, so it should not be. So let's look at the case where we have with killer and cage unique is not true. So I guess we're just gonna have a function const should or could be killer. Right. So here we're just gonna write could be killer cage. And then we're basically gonna say if with killer else return false. So if with killer is false, it cannot be a killer. Could cage could be unique. Let's do that. If cage.unique or with killer. So, I mean, that's just a very quick thing. Could be unique. Let's go. Here we go. Let me just check the other chats so I don't miss anything. All right. Let me know if the audio is off or whatnot. Cage unique could be unique is true on these, on the 45. Okay. But on this one, it's false. Okay. So that makes sense. Now on this one, could be unique is true on all of them. Good. On this one, could be unique is false. Okay. And then on this one, could be unique is true on all of them. All right. So now what we want to do is if this is not equals to true and could be unique is true, then we're going to output this. Basically, that means these are puzzles we need to pay attention to, right? So nothing here. Nothing here. This one. Did I? This is an update I did earlier. Did I screw that up? Did I screw that up? Oh, wow. I somehow managed to screw that up. Wait. I got... Why is that not visible here? I changed this. Somehow I screwed that up because these files got renamed. Shoot. How am I gonna fix that? 1 second, I need to fix that because that's already an update that went live. So let me just stash this quickly because this is probably also broken online. which I can't test easily. Ah, I can test it. I can test it. Sure, I can test it. Let me load up yesterday's daily. Even though we have one from today, which I'd like to play. Yesterday's daily. Ugh, I'm running out of space. So, let's go to the beta. Hope that I've already solved it here. Did I solve it here? Yes. Did I not publish this, though? 1 second. This is version 0200. 0024. So this was not published yet. Okay. All right, all right. Where's the one that's broken locally? There we go. So, yeah. So these are wrong. And I renamed them to I just got rid of these words, right? The Discord and the Can I just... No, I can't double click to select that. That's stupid. Is that all I did? That's it, literally. And that somehow broke it. Okay. Strange. That's a bit weird. All right. So that should be a 0.1 now. Okay. Fixed image files. All right, and if I deploy that, that should sort that out over here as well. And nope. This should be the latest version now. Is it cached? Maybe it's cached. Nope. What the frick is going on here? Ah, I'm an idiot. I'm deploying it to the old server, and I've set up a new server. All right. All right. So that should... Wow, okay. I didn't realize I was running on the new server, so these should now all go to 4, ideally. Ideally. All right. See if that does the trick. Yeah. Warts and all, right? The new server should also be, maybe could even be faster to deploy, actually. And no. One second. What's going on here? It's the IP address of the new server. Is it deploying to the new server? No, it's deploying to the old server. God damn it. Didn't I just change that? AWS 3. Deploy beta. AWS 3. Oh, jeez. Okay. Didn't I do a search for AWS 3 and it told me everything was fine? All right, let's do it again. So now that should go to AWS 4. Okay. Now, this should now be the new file. It should come from the 107 IP. And yes, okay. Wow, that's scary and confusing. But that should fix that. Okay. And now we need to get our stash back. And let's hope I didn't just lose all our work. Come on, come on, you can do it. Okay. Great. And here we go. All right. So that worked fine. Cage not need true. So just to oh geez, all that's out of whack now. What's it called? Convert puzzle, right? My naming conventions are so terrible. All right, so this should now once again tell us which cages need to be changed. So we have these. Could be unique. Not unique. True. Okay, so let's look. Not unique. Could be unique. Should be unique. Make it explicit. And let's get rid of the handle cage feature. Just spamminess. Should be unique. 13 sum, yada, yada, yada. Now, this is purely based on the text description, claiming this is a regular killer puzzle, and that should be fine. And converting those to uniques should be fine. And these should also become sums. But for now, I think I'm happy if I just convert these to uniques. So currently, if I select, well, the problem is I'm currently not, the error checking won't be affected on this puzzle, so I can't actually test it here. On this one, on the other hand, we have no wrong associations. And on this one, also no wrong associations. And then on this one, killer cage, options, unique, sum, unique, yada, yada, yada. Also no wrong associations, so that's already seeing that. I feel like I don't have enough test. I don't have enough test data here, so what we're gonna do is, I can actually go into my test database, because I've already annotated those. And let's actually bring the rules parser. Let's change back into here. That's fine. And then from here, we're gonna look at these guys. So for example, we have something like this. And we're just gonna go localhost, yada, yada, yada. And that should be, so this is a CTC puzzle without annotation. Should be unique, not unique, true. So are these killer cages? Normal Sudoku, but it must be summed to the small key. Yeah. Now, again, we don't have any killer cage shapes here that are actually gonna demonstrate the issue. Okay, so this one should see the cell, but currently doesn't. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. So now I should be able to go in here and we're gonna just modify this cage dot unique. Actually, we're gonna do undefined, because if a cage is explicitly set to not unique, that probably will have a reason, right? So now if I click this, it should see this, but it doesn't. Okay. let's see where that comes into account. We're gonna look at the checker. Replay timer, checker, get puzzle info. Puzzle info. No. No, we're not looking here. We're looking... Puzzle tools, the one I just closed. The moment I close something, I'm guaranteed to need it. Okay, so here we now should be able to see in here the issue with the cages. Ah, no. That should be here. Puzzle info. Cages. Current puzzle. Puzzle info. Cages. Filter unique. Okay. So I'll do the map cage to output the cage. And let's do this in get puzzle info. Okay. Now we can see if the cages here have the unique flag. So they're set to true. That should add this to our list of cages we're checking. All right. All right, 6:30. I need to actually get going soon. So let's see if we can finish this off quickly. So cages. This definitely does not contain those cells, those smaller cages. Ah, no, that's still just all the big ones. 99999, yada yada yada. So the cages aren't in here. Unique equals true. Puzzle parcels. Cage. Unique true. Cage.unique. Cage true. Filter unique. Unique equals true. So that should filter them through. And this puzzle info data should contain these cages. So if we look at puzzle info, cages, we have all these 9. But they're not here. What the hell? Don't know what's going on here. So puzzle info, cage, yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. You see all these want false. But you Unke? Really? That's how I'm gonna make the mistake. That's why I need viewers to tell me when I'm doing stuff like that. And now, yes, and now it sees that cell. And now this sees these 2 cells. Okay. So now let's clean that up. I think for now, this is something I can test and see how that goes. So could be unique is actually cage.unique if cage equals undefined and with killer. We don't actually look at the cage at all. And then we'll do cage.unique is true. Yep. All right, and now we need to clean up all the different places that I made a mess of. Don't actually know what I did here. I think I just passed more data through that we don't actually use here, but we should probably keep anyways. So 611 Warren. I think these are all just cleaned up versions of what we already had. 953 and so we just moved that up here and changed the layout of the killer cage one. How did we change that? Can I go back to how it was? I think if I put this back in here and then get rid of the multi-line stuff here, like that, actually like this, does that get rid of this change up here? Okay. So the sum makes sense here, yes. Okay, so that's the thing we've added. And then parse.cage, we just moved it, right? Otherwise, it's exactly the same code, I believe. Yeah, we've just moved that. All right, so that's fine. Puzzle tools, I think, ultimately then didn't get changed because the cage information is actually produced elsewhere. Come on, refresh. Okay, puzzle tools, no change. Okay, now we gotta get rid of all of that stuff. Like that. Okay. Can get rid of this one. And this one. It was literally just the misspelling of the word unique in the end. Equals true. Yeah, because we included the undefined partially because of that. Okay, so then we added these to annotate cages more accurately. Yeah, just, yeah. Adding commas and whatnot. Oh, no. 3, 1, 1, 3. Nope, 3, 1, 1, 8. I guess it's in here. All right. So then we put this into a function there. We cleaned out is not a normal cage value sum. Yeah, we removed that, and I think we can get rid of that line altogether. Yeah. So I was confused when I did that about what the sum meant. Okay, got rid of that. And then we parse rules from metadata for additional annotations. Okay, and that's basically adding our unique flags. Okay, and I think that's basically it. So now all we need to do is minify the fpuzzles code. This part that goes in here. Like that. Then we need to get rid of, well, you gotta restore this. And where do we end up? So that's all working now. Why is it, what's going on? Why is my computer so slow right now? What's my computer doing? My CPU is super busy with some Chrome bollocks. What's Chrome doing? Come on, Chrome. What are you doing? Oh, it's probably streaming related. Oh my god. 60%, seriously. Alright. Well, so it shouldn't have any garbage logging in here. And let's play the daily for a quick check. Ratio. Because I can't really bring something live without having played at least once with this particular version. Oh, this needs to be localhost. Actually, you know what? I can't justify doing that now. So I'll annotate it, but I won't push any updates. I might push it to alpha. So what we got? Rules parser, script. The min is updated. All right. Minor version bump. Reset of the patch. And this will be the end of the stream. And then I won't push it. Normally I would push it on the same day, but that is not ill-advised in a hurry like this. Short stream today. Gotta go somewhere. All right. So, annotate killer cages with rules parsing. All right. And that's it. And that should now improve. Oop. Nope. That should improve situations like this. So I can now put a 7 here, and I won't get a, you know, everything is visible thing. Same with these, but these still work. All right, that's it. Good progress. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, guys. Don't forget, you know, spencodes.com/Patreon, all that stuff. The other way around, patreon.com/spencodes. And take care. Have a good one.